This video is on now-next rules from word problems and sequences, and everything we're going to be looking at today is linear, which means you are either adding or subtracting every time. Alright, so number one, John has $36 in a savings account. He plans on depositing $20 into the account each month and not taking any money out of the account. Write a now-next rule modeling the situation. So these are called now-next rules, but you actually start them off by doing next equals. So you're trying to figure out what the next thing equals. Well, in order to figure out what the next thing equals, you need to know how much he has now. And then whatever he has now, he plans on depositing $20 into the account each month. So he's adding 20 each month. So next month, he'll add 20 to what he has now, and then the next month after that, he'll add 20, and so on. And then you always put starting at. So his starting amount is $36, and that's it. Number two, Traquel has been offered 2 jobs. Kernersville Landscape will pay him a base salary of $5 plus $8 per hour to mow lawns. Don Juan's will pay him $6 per hour plus a base salary of $25 to make tacos. Write a now-next rule representing the 2 jobs. All right, we'll do Kernersville Landscape first. Remember that you can pause this video at any time. You can go back and listen again to a certain problem. If you need to hear it again, go back and listen to it. All right, Kernersville Landscape. So we do next equals now. All right, however much money he has now, they're going to add 8 per hour. So we're going to add 8. So the next hour, they'll add 8. The next hour, they'll add 8, and so on. And it is starting at 5. That is his base salary. All right, for Don Juan's, it would be next equals now, $6 per hour. So every next hour, they're getting $6. And for this one, it starts at $25. All right. The yogurt shop makes several different flavors of frozen yogurt. Each new batch has 650 ounces, and a typical cone uses 8 ounces. Write a now-next rule relating the amount of yogurt left to the number of cones sold. All right, so a now-next rule, that starts with next equals now, okay? All right, what's happening to the yogurt we have now? Well, the yogurt is actually going down because you're using 8 ounces every time you make a cone. So the yogurt is going down by 8. So you need to pay attention whether it's a plus or a minus. That's going to determine whether you get it right or wrong. All right, and this one is starting at 650. All right, number 4, South Stokes is hosting a homecoming dance this Saturday night. The dance committee has been looking at past year's dance attendance to see if they can predict how many students will show up to this year's dance. They found records that date back to 1980. Seems that 30 more students show up each year to the dance than the year before. Write a now-next rule showing the number of students who attend the dances as a function of the year since 1980. Assume that the number of students who attended the dance in 1980 was 70 students. All right, this has got a lot of words, so make sure that you pick out what's important. It says write a now-next rule. So I know that's going to be next equals now. All right, and what is happening to each year? What's happening to what I have now? Well, it says that 30 more students show up each year. So that's adding 30. And I'm adding 30 students. So I need to make sure that I'm starting at students. These 2 numbers should both be students. Just like these were both ounces of yogurt, these 2 numbers were both his salary. So these 2 numbers should be the same thing. So this is 30 students. So how many students did we start with? We started with 70 students. Okay, so in this particular problem, the 1980 doesn't matter at all. Okay, all right, pause the video and try number 5. Go ahead and pause it. Try it on your own. All right. So for number 5, you should have gotten next equals now plus 20, starting at 50. All right, I hope you got it right. Number 6, Victoria can earn as much as $450 as a scorekeeper for a summer basketball league. She learned that she must pay $18 per game for substitute when she misses a game. Write a now next rule relating her pay to games missed. All right, next equals now. What is happening to her salary now? Well, she has to pay $18 per game for substitutes. So if she's paying that, that's going to make her salary go down. And her salary starting at $450. Okay. All right, 3 more. Here we have a sequence of numbers. And I already told you that it's linear, which means they're either going to add or subtract. So you only need to ask yourself whether it's adding or subtracting and by how much. So 74, 67, 60, that is going down. So I know that I'm subtracting. 67 to 60 is down 7, so let's check to see if 74 to 67 was also down 7. Yep, it was. Okay, so you're going down by 7 every time. All right, and to get your starting value, you actually have to go back a spot to find your starting value. This is considered the first term, second term, third term. So to find out what it's starting at, you actually have to go back a spot. So to go backwards, instead of subtracting 7, you're going to add 7, which gives you 81. So my rule is next equals now minus 7, starting at 81. Okay, all right, let's see what's happening on this one. 0, -1, -2. It's going down by 1 every time. And to find your starting amount, you have to go back a spot. So instead of subtracting by 1, I'm going to add 1. So my starting amount is 1. So next equals now minus 1, starting at 1. Okay, last problem. I encourage you to pause the video, see if you can do this one on your own. So this one is going up 4. My starting amount would have been 2. 2 plus 4 is 6. And so it's next equals now plus 4, starting at 2.